So we're based on the River Medway in Kent, which is in the southeast corner of England. And ordinarily, during the summer, we like to go for a cruise up the east coast. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is, we like the east coast. Lots of mud and secluded little marinas. It's very relaxing. And the other reason is, our corner of the world gets predominantly southwesterly winds. I'm not sure the exact statistic, but back in the days before global warming at least, you'd get something like 300 days of southwesterly winds in a year. However, this year we had northeasterly winds when we were due to go on holiday, and the long-term forecast said it would go back to being southwesterly the week after. So we figured, rather than try and beat Mother Nature, we'd just go with it. No wind, barely a breath. But it doesn't matter, we're just motoring. Makes it comfortable, even if you have to put up with a noisy engine. What we're going to do though, seeing as we're just motoring and we're going this way, is we're going to go and see the red sand faults again. Which are there in the distance. So these strange looking things are faults. They're called Mountseal faults, after the guy that invented them. They were built during the Second World War as part of our coastal defences. You see, there was no GPS back then, so the German bombers, when they were coming over to bomb London, would look for obvious landmarks. And the most obvious of them all, of course, was the River Thames. So once they found the River Thames, they knew they just had to fly up it to find London. So what Guy Mountseal did was build a load of gun emplacements in the middle of the River Thames. It's a great idea, although I'm not sure how successful they were, because of course once the Germans realised there was guns in the middle of the River Thames, they could just steer clear of it. But if all they did was make life harder for the German pilots, well then it wasn't a complete failure, was it? We've been here once before, and the other time was on a calm day as well. And they really are quite eerie places when the water's calm like this. It's got quite a special feeling to it, like you're seeing something you shouldn't really be seeing. And it made this part of what would otherwise be a boring trip to Dover quite memorable.
Oh, am I on? So we're just diverting, heading straight for a sandbank because there are loads of seals, and we all know we love our wildlife. So we are literally heading straight for the Margate Sand. Look at the seals! Get more pictures, baby. You'll never see this many seals again.
The one's still on the bank alone, I don't care. They're all splashing.
Looking at us.
Hello! Hi!
Hello, little sealies. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. One just jumped right in front of us. Oh my god. I love it. They're just so nosy.
Hello. Look at him, look at him.
Hello.
Oh, dang it.
Hello, darlings. Oh my days, I've never seen this many. That was amazing. Bye, seals. Enjoy your sun, baby.
We don't come this way very often, so this might be normal. There's big ships anchored everywhere. 6 or 7 there, and then another one there, another one there, another one there. As I say, perhaps that's normal, but we're just off the corner here at Margate. Just gone round the Margate Sands, and there's boats everywhere. Don't know what that's all about.
Of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be fun and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow, when the world is free. Coming up to Dover! Sorry, I just had to do that. So we are approaching Dover. When you're 2 miles off, you have to radio the port control on 74 and like just to let them know you're coming. And then when you're 200 metres away, you have to radio them again, and we have. And we've been told that we just have to wait because there's some ferries going out, which is understandable.
Oh, there's another point right next.
Yeah, we don't really know. We're just making it up. We've tried to do our research. They told us to wait by 2 yellow boys. I can only see 1 yellow boy, but you know, I'm just gonna hang around there.
So even though I've been to Dover once before, I knew pretty much where I was going. It's not that obvious when you're there. You see, it's a gap between a brick wall that's just in front of a brick wall, and this large orange commercial ship was kind of obscuring the view. That combined with the fact that there's a new marina that's been built into Dover, and I wasn't really sure how that affected getting into the old marina, which is where we were going. Anyway, just as we realised we were going the wrong way, Dover Port Control radioed us up and explained to us where we should be going. It's a bit embarrassing for people to radio up like that, but on the other hand, it's good to know that they're keeping an eye on us. Because of course this is one of the busiest pieces of water in the world, and you don't want to find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, hello, we are in Dover. We left the River Medway at 8 o'clock this morning, and our first stop was the Red Sands Fort. That was really magical because it was really smooth and they looked really eerie, so that was cool. And then we went through the Princess Channel, so that's the outer channel past the Margate Sands, and it was just full of seals. So we got within like maybe 30 foot of the sandbank. We did hit a little bit, we just reversed off, and that was really magical, and quite a few of the seals went in the water and were just looking at us, so that was enjoyable. We loved that. Where did we go after that? I think we just followed the coast. Broadstairs, Ramsgate, Deal, the White Cliffs of Dover, and then we arrived at Dover, and that was funny because we got in okay. We did everything right. We had to like radio up, and yeah, we got permission, but then we got lost because there was this great big ferry. Maybe it was a container ship. There was a great big boat anyway in the way, and we couldn't find where the marina was, and then the port control radioed us and said, Daffy, I think you're going the wrong way, and we were like, oh, we're lost. Anyway, we found it eventually, but just keep heading to the right if you come in to Dover. There is a new marina opening, and I think that's also why we were getting confused, because I could see boys going one way, but Ian was like, no, I'm sure it's that way. It wasn't obvious. Anyway, now we're here. It's really lovely. I haven't been here since a child, and Ian hasn't been here since he took Seahorse back when we brought her home, so it's really nice. I should say that we actually arrived at 4 o'clock, so from 8 till 4 it took us to get here. Ian reckons it was about 65 miles, so I don't think that's bad. There was hardly any wind. We had the jib out, and that gave us about 0.5 of a knot.
This is the world we live in today. Purpose-built people smuggling ribs. Minimal features, nothing on them. Tiny outboards, done on the cheap, but get as many people across the channel as you can. That makes me laugh as well. It's not a Yamaha, even though it's got the same font and everything else, a Yamabisi.